Welcome back. This is part 4 of my lecture series on profitability, alternative investments and replacements. Till now we have discussed two methods for profitability evaluation. The first method was rate of return on investment. The second method was discounted cash flow. And in this particular lecture we are going to discuss the third method, which is net present worth method. I hope that you have seen the other three parts of my lecture series. I will be you can find the link to the three lectures in the description of this video. You can subscribe to my channel so that you can get notification as soon as I upload a new video. So let us begin. The third method, as I told you, is the net present worth method. It is also called as net present value method because net present worth is nothing but net present value, or it is also called as venture worth method. The other two names, net present value method or venture worth method. In this case, the cost of the capital at a fractional interest rate of I is used in the profitability analysis. Cost of capital, by this we mean that the interest rate I is the rate of interest at which the capital is borrowed. So this interest rate, the rate of interest at which capital is borrowed for financing the project, this then will be the acceptable rate of return. We need to earn profit at this rate, at the rate at which capital was borrowed for financing the project. Now we will be deriving the equation that will be used in calculating net present worth of a particular project. For that purpose, we are going to use certain notations. So we will be identifying number of years in the service life of project by N. Then we will be identifying annual incomes by I1, I2, I3 and finally IN. This will be the annual incomes for first, second, third and nth year in the service life of the project. So the nth year will be the last year in the service life of that project. CS is the salvage value of the project, the value that would be obtained by selling the project at the end of its service life. Then FCI is the fixed capital investment, WCI is the working capital investment, and I is the fractional rate of interest. As I have discussed in my previous lecture on discounted cash flow, the annual incomes are considered as annual cash flows from the project. Then at the end of the service life of the project, the salvage value CS and the working capital investment, they also serve as cash flows to the project. Then the sum of present worth of all the cash flows, then the working capital investment and the salvage value of the project will give total present worth of the project. The total present worth of the project, if you want to obtain, for that you have to add present worth of each annual income, then present worth of working capital investment and present worth of salvage value of the project. How to get the present worth or present value of a particular cash flow? For that we have to multiply the cash flow with the discount factor which we have discussed in the discounted cash flow method. So I'm going to discuss that once again. The discounted factor for 8th year is given by dA is equal to 1 upon 1 plus I raised to A, where dA is the discount factor applied to 8th year, I is the rate of interest, and A is the year number. Then the total present worth will then be given by present worth is equal to we will be denoting present worth by PW. So PW will be equal to present worth of annual income for first year plus present worth of annual income for second year plus present worth for annual income of third year plus finally the present worth of annual income for last year in the service life, that is nth year, then present worth of working capital investment, and finally present worth of the salvage value. So mathematically this will be PW is equal to 1 upon 1 plus I raised to 1 into I1 plus 1 upon 1 plus I raised to 2 into I2 plus 1 upon 1 plus I raised to 3 into I3 plus dash 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 plus 1 upon 1 plus I raised to n into In plus 1 upon 1 plus I raised to n into WCI plus 1 upon 1 plus I raised to n into CS, the salvage value. Then once you get the total present worth of the project, the net present worth will be obtained by subtracting the total capital investment from the total present worth. That is why you have this equation NPW, net present worth, is equal to present worth minus total capital investment. And you already know how to calculate the total capital investment. It is addition of two factors. One is the fixed capital investment and another one is working capital investment. Therefore, the total capital investment will be given as fixed capital investment plus working capital investment. So, this method of profitability evaluation is used to choose the best option if multiple options of investment are available. So what is done in this case? Present worth of each option is calculated and you have to select that option whose present worth is the highest. Very simple method of analyzing the profitability evaluation. Very simple method for profitability evaluation. You calculate present worth, net present worth of each project. Net present worth of each option. The option with highest net present worth will be the right choice. Okay. In order to understand the method, we are going to discuss few examples. Let us start with this example. The statement of the example is in front of you. You have the cash flow pattern of two medium-scale chemical industries is given in the following table. So there is a table where cash flows for various years are given. There are two projects, Project A and Project B. For 0th year, the cash flow is represented by a negative figure, -10 for both the projects. So the cash flow, which is a negative number for 0th year, it indicates the total capital investment. So if you have a numerical in which data is given in this way, then you can identify the total capital investment easily. It will be the cash flow for 0th year and it will be a negative quantity. So based on the information that is given in the table, we are supposed to recommend the best project out of this two if the minimum rate of return expected is 35%. Okay, so let us solve this. So first let us write the given things. What is given? The cash flows for Project A and Project B are given for various years. There are 4 years. For each year, cash flows for both the projects, Project A and Project B, are given to us. Then, as I discussed it right now, note that for 0th year, the cash flow for each project is negative. The cash flow for each project, it should be each project. The cash flow for each project is negative. What does it indicate? It indicates that it represents the total capital investment for that particular project. For both the projects, in this case, the total capital investment is 10 lakhs because the amount is given in lakhs. The minimum expected return rate of return is 35%, which means that I is 0.35. And we have to select the best option. Okay, so let us go for the solution. What is the approach? The approach is very simple. Find net present worth of each of the project and recommend the project with highest net present worth. Okay, so let us start. As I told you, the approach is find the net present worth of each project, recommend the project with highest net present worth. Now let us first calculate the net present worth of project A. How it is calculated? It is calculated in the following way. So net present worth of project A will be the summation of present worths of each of the cash flow. So it will be NPW of A, NPWA, that will be equal to 7.2, which is the 7.2 lakhs is the cash flow for first year for project A. So it will be 7.2 divided by 1 plus 0.35 raised to 1, plus for the second year it will be 9 upon 1 plus 0.35 raised to 2, plus for third year it will be 11.2 divided by 1 plus 0.35 raised to 3, plus for the fourth year it will be 13.4 divided by 1 plus 0.35 raised to 4 and minus 10 being the total capital investment for the project. So you just have to simplify the equation and get the values. So finally you will get net present worth for project A as 8.85 lakhs. Okay? In the same way you have to get net present worth of project B. So for calculating the net present worth of project B, you have to consider the cash flows to the project for each year. So you will have net present worth of B, NPWB will be 9. For first year it is 9 lakhs, so it will be 9 upon 1 plus 0.35 raised to I, plus for second year it is 9.4 lakhs, so 9.4 lakhs divided by 1 plus 0.35 raised to 2. For third it is 10.2 lakhs, so it will be plus 10.2 divided by 1 plus 0.35 raised to 3, plus for the fourth year it is 12 lakhs, so it will be 12 upon 1 plus 0.35 raised to 4 and minus total capital investment for project B, which is again 10 lakhs rupees. So you just have to simplify it, you have to get the figures, and finally you will get the net present worth of project B, which comes out to be 9.58 lakhs. Okay, so now we have got net present worths for both the projects. Now let us compare them. So net present worth for project A is 8.85 lakhs and net present worth for project B is 9.58 lakhs rupees. So based on the net present worth of each of the project, you can conclude that the net present worth of project B is greater than net present worth of project A, and therefore you can straightway recommend that net present the project B is the best option, and therefore you can recommend it. Okay, so this is how you can use the formula for calculating net present worth to get the actual net present worth of a particular option and recommend the option which will be having the highest net present worth. Okay, in order to understand it, understand the concept in a better way, we will be discussing another numerical. Now let us see what is the statement of this numerical. So they are saying that consider the following set of investment options with corresponding after tax cash flows in lakhs. So they have given the cash flows after deducting taxes, annual taxes from each of the cash flow. There are 4 options: option A, option B, option C, option D, and there are for the 0th year the cash flow is negative, which indicates total capital investment for each of the project. So based on the information that is given in the table, we are supposed to choose a suitable option based on net present NPV criteria. NPV criteria NPV stands for net present value, which is nothing but net present worth. So we are supposed to choose a suitable option based on net present value criteria at a rate of at an interest rate of 8%. At a rate of 8%. So let us solve this. First, let us write the given things. So there are 4 options. For each option, total capital investment and cash flows are given. Why we are saying that total capital investment is given? Because for 0th year, they have given a negative cash flow, which is indication of the total capital investment. Okay. Then for 0th year, the negative cash flow indicates their total capital investment for each option. I have already discussed it. The rate of return to be used for comparison is 8%. The best option, it has to be selected and recommended based on the net present value. So as I have already told you, you have to note that net present value, that is NPV, is nothing but the net present worth. So let us solve this. First, what will be our approach? Our approach will be, we will find net present NPV for each option and select the one which has highest NPV. Very simple approach. So first let us calculate NPV for the first option. So it will be given by this formula. Since for option A, the cash flow for each of the year is 0. So accordingly it will be 0 upon 1 plus 0.08 raised to 1 plus 0 upon 1 plus 0.08 raised to 2 plus 0 upon 1 plus 0.08 raised to 3 minus 10. So ultimately you will get the net present value for option A as minus 10. Right away we can say that you cannot select this option because the net present value of the project is a negative number. Okay, let us check for the second option. The second option, for the second option, net present value for the second option is calculated in this way. Net present value for B will be 5.9 for first year, 5.9 divided by 1 plus 0.08 raised to 1 plus 6.9 for second year, so 6.9 divided by 1 plus 0.08 raised to 2 plus 7.9 for the third year, so it will be plus 7.9 divided by 1 plus 0.08 raised to 3 minus 10. So if you simplify this, you will get the net present value for project B or option B is 7.65 lakhs. Okay. Then let us find out the net present value for the third option, and it will be calculated in the following way. NPV for C is 6.8 for the first year, so 6.8 divided by 1 plus 0.08 raised to 1 plus 5.8 for the second year, 5.8 divided by 1 plus 0.08 raised to 2, and finally for third year it is 4.8, so it will be plus 4.8 divided by 1 plus 0.08 raised to 3 minus 10. If you simplify this, you'll get the net present value for option B, and net present value for option C, the net present value for option C comes out to be 5.08 lakhs. Okay. Then let us check for the fourth option. Again we have to use the formula that is very well known to us. So net present value NPV for option D will be 5 for the first year, so it is 5 divided by 1 plus 0.08 raised to 1. For the second year it is 6, so it will be 6 upon 1 plus 0.08 raised to 2. 7 is for third year, so it will be 7 upon 1 plus 0.08 raised to 3 minus 10. Let us simplify the equation. After simplifying the equation, we will get net present value for option D, NPVD, and it comes out to be 5.33 lakhs. Okay. So in this way you have got net present value for A, which is minus 10. Then you have calculated net present value for B, which is 7.65 lakhs. Then you have calculated net present value for option C, which is 5.08 lakhs, and finally you have calculated net present value for option D. So if you compare the 4 values, you will come to know that for option B the net present value is highest, and therefore you can recommend this option. So again, in this particular example, you have understood how to use the formula for calculating net present worth. You have also understood that net present worth is nothing but net present value. And again, in this particular example, you have recommended that option which has the highest net present value. Okay, so that was the end of this numerical. We will discuss one more numerical. Again, there you will be using the formula for finding out net present worth. So the statement of the numerical goes like this: calculate NPV at 20% rate of return for the investment which has the following cash flow. There is only one. We do not have to compare anything over here. There is one project, and we have to find out the net present worth of that project. So there are 4 years in the service life. Before zeroth year, there are 2 more years. So before 0th year, -1 indicates 1 year before the start of the project, and -2 indicates 2 years before the start of the project. So they have given again for here in this case, for when the year is -2, the cash flow is 600. Actually this should be a negative quantity, so it indicates in this case the year number is represented by a negative value, so cash flow for that year will be taken as investment. So total investment will be 600 in 602 years before the start of the project, and 1000 1 year before the start of the project. So total investment in this case will be 600 plus 1000, that is 1600. So based on this information, we are supposed to find out the net present value. So first of all, let us write down the given things. The annual cash flows are given. The total cash flow till 0th year is the total capital investment. So the total capital investment, as I told you, it will be 600 plus 1000, and you also have to consider for 0th year, which I forgot to discuss. So total capital investment will be 600 plus 1000 plus 300, that will be 1900. Then you simply have the rate of interest is given to us, it is 20%, which means that I is 0.2, and then we have to find out the net present value. So we will directly straight away use the formula for calculating net present worth. So it will be 450 divided by 1 plus, for first year it is 450, so 450 divided by 1 plus 0.2 raised to 1 plus 750 for the second year, divided 750 divided by 1 plus 0.2 raised to 2 plus 950 for the third year, 1 plus 950 divided by 1 plus 0.2 raised to 3 plus 1000 for the fourth year, so 1000 divided by 1 plus 0.2 raised to 4 minus 1900. So if you solve this, you'll get net present worth for as 27.85. Okay, so the present value for the second cash flow, it is 750 divided by 1 plus 0.2 raised to 2. It is not 75. That is by mistake. So it is 750. The answer, the value that I have written is correct. So 75, the present worth of 750 with 20% interest rate is 520.83. That is correct. So in this way, the net present value for this particular project is 27.85. So with this, I complete my discussion on the net present worth method for profitability evaluation. In my next lecture, I'll be discussing the fourth method, which is capitalized cost method, and then we will be solving some numericals on that particular method. Okay, so thank you.